And good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Corsace Closed 2023. We are making our way into the finals week, getting down to the real nuts and bolts of this tournament. Starting off this morning in the losers bracket with the first of our 4 matches this weekend in our top 6. First off is going to be Criller versus Enri in a losers bracket encounter between two players whose trajectories in this tournament have been somewhat different. Criller, of course, making it through to the winners bracket semifinals last week, running into the buzzsaw that is MREC, and despite putting up a valiant performance, being dropped 6-2 down to the losers bracket. On the other side is, I would say, really a revelation of the 1v1 scene. We've known Enri as a fairly solid team tournament player, but this feels like the first time he's really put on a performance like this in a 1v1, dropping to Ciccone in the first round, in the round of 16 in winners, and going on to make a losers run through Crystal, through Whitecat, and then Zoonator last week in pretty dominant fashion. The dude has looked really, really strong, and now matches up against Criller in a battle to reach top 4. And I think this is going to be a very tough fought one. You know, Criller's stats looking a little on the downswing, perhaps. After last week, he did not have the greatest ever time against the best player in the world. Not that many people probably would. Whereas Enri has been kind of on the up and up. You know, we've known him as this ridiculously strong speed player and stamina player from the Keeg days, but he's really taken a level up in basically every regard. The guy has just been looking good in about every skill set you could throw at him. The stats kind of do end up reflecting that on the screen there. He's improved in the aim, he's improved in the tech, he's improved in the reading a bit as well. Which is a skill set that I think can prove very valuable, especially in high leverage situations like a finals pool where those reading maps get harder and harder, so only the specialists can perform on them. We didn't see necessarily the greatest things out of Criller on reading last week, or perhaps we just saw really great things from MREC on reading last week. So we'll see if Enri decides to go that route in this match, or where the picks will take us. Of course, you know, expanding outward into now a best of 13. We've got a larger map pool. We've got more options available to us. And I think we're in for a pretty hard-fought battle here. These two players should be relatively evenly matched in some of the very main skill sets. But, you know, I think you might see Criller opting into some perhaps niche types of maps, whereas Enri maybe looks to dominate on the reading as well as on the raw speed and stamina, not known as perhaps Criller's favorite. So we're going to hop into the bans, and we'll see how the players look to play this one out. 2 bans per player, of course. Still get a couple chances to remove some things that maybe aren't so comfortable with. I wouldn't be surprised to see Criller getting rid of something like this minus 45 DT2, or maybe just getting out the long heck hidden pick. That is the hidden 4 lowermost revolt. Very, very difficult heck hidden pick. The sort of thing you don't really see a lot of until pools expand out like this one. That extra hidden slot here, allowing for a little extra variety in the hidden pool. Excuse me, it's going to be a Nomad 2. All right. Not sure what the story was there. I was a little surprised by that. It's going to be a Nomad 2 instead. This Nomad 2 is Flow Aim City. Some of the hardest flow aim patterns you're going to see at 220 BPM. So it is Nomad 2, DT2. Leaves the Nomad 5 up, notably, for Enri to pick if he would like to go that route. And Hidden 3, Nomad 4 come out as the 2 bans quickly from Enri. So Hidden 3, Suicide Parade, of course, you know, kind of that lower BPM, a little bit of aim, some snapping, just a very difficult hidden map. And then Nomad 4, very heavy finger control tech pick in the Nomad pool. He's going to opt into DT3 first, which is not a DT3 I think I've ever seen before in my life. My heart will go on. Insane diff, 300 entire BPM, 8 stars, and it is just really fast. I mean, that is the defining feature of this pick. is it just demands a lot out of your raw speed capabilities. So Enri saying, all right, you want to ban a speedy stamina DT and Nomad 2, that's fine. I've still got other options. And with the extra slot, you know, we have that high BPM pick this week that we kind of didn't have last week. We sort of went, you know, an aim, a stamina, and then it was alt aim control as the DT3 last week. But this week, the DT3 flips over into high BPM, and the DT4 becomes the sort of out there DT pick. We're going to go into My Heart Will Go On as the first pick from Enri, hopefully. There we are. And away we go. Is, of course, you know, the higher diffs known for the Nomad 2 slot. But now we're getting this lower diff in a double time pick. And you can just see the raw speed requirement in the triples and quints throughout this map. And any player who doesn't have the tapping ability for those BPMs is going to have a lot of trouble. And you can see the accuracy drops and the misses already coming in from Criller. Enri looking much more comfortable on his own first pick to, I would say, the surprise of probably no one. This is squarely within his wheelhouse and is the type of map that Enri will look to dominate Criller on in this match. I think he's only got, fortunately for Criller, a couple of those options. But I think we're going to see really strong performances from Enri. Maybe one of the best couple players left in the tournament on this skill set. And you can see he's just shredding away on this one, dropping just a little bit of act, but still nearly up to 98, whereas Criller dropping multiple times, all the way down to 93%. 2/3 of the way through, it is a 300,000 point lead just about, and the match is over and has been over. This was over at the pick phase, in fact. Not taking anything away from Criller, but speed certainly not the skill set that he is known for. We did end up getting a break from Enri in that bridge section, but it just doesn't matter. So, like, it is shocking to me how short this song feels when DT is on it. Like, it's a normal Link sort of Nomad 2 map, normally. But when it's a DT, you're like, oh, this isn't even 2 minutes. This is a minute 41. And that's going to do it. Enri 722K. That is a really good score on that map. 0 misses, a couple of slider breaks from him on a map that was just never going to go any other way than how it did. So quickly underway. 97.3 AC. 2 slider break, 722K for Mr. Enri. That is a very solid way to start off a match, if you ask me. Taking full advantage of having first pick this time. But it's going to go over then to Criller. And he'll have his opportunity to try to pick something that he'll look equally comfortable on. And it's going to be Nomad 6. So we are going to go the reading route. Criller saying, I do want to jump into awkward rhythm, low BPM reading map. 170 BPM, another short one, minute 42. CS5 AR3. KTG stir. Aim rhythm grid snap. You know, we saw the slightly higher AR version of this a few weeks ago back in Hippo Cup and saw Worst HR player doing some pretty ridiculous things on it. We'll see if anybody in this tournament on the even lower approach rate version can live up to that sort of performance. Enri can have a lot of trouble with his AC in the early goings, but it's really going to be about combo over AC, I feel, over the entire length of this pick. As most players do manage to hold on through these first quad-triple section. Accuracy leads squarely in Criller's favor, up by 4%. Both, though, crucially holding their full combo still through a third of the way. And yeah, you can see the reading and finger control are all there. They're out in full force. These guys are looking so strong. No breaks yet. Halfway through, just shy of 300 combo apiece. 3% accuracy lead still to Criller. And that has built him up a 40,000 point lead. But one break could spell his doom nonetheless, despite holding on for so long. It is still FC versus FC. And Enri regaining his accuracy back up to 96% and growing. He is having a lot less trouble hacking this section of the map than he was at the beginning. But Criller all the way up at 99% with a very impressive showing. And that's a slider break 50 from Enri. And that's going to put this one to bed. Criller bringing it into the ending with a 99 AC full combo. And as quickly as you could say level down by IIL, map by KTG-ster, Criller has brought home the full combo, and he's tied up the match at one map apiece. Just falls shy of that 99 AC, but man, oh man, what a play. And for his part, Enri looking very good on that as well. The accuracy leaving maybe just a little bit to be desired. 3 times the 100s. And of course, the slider break thrown in for good measure. And so Criller takes a somewhat less comfortable first pick than Enri's, but a win is a win. And Enri is going to stay in the DT pool, somewhat unsurprisingly, but this is a very different DT type pick than the preceding one. Fantastic Dreamer, map by Rizia. Nomad farm for, I don't know, probably what, 20, 30k players, maybe 40k these days. I don't think this is even 300 PP. DT farm for the players at the very highest level, though, and that's where it is here. Criller held his own last week on the Double Time 1 against Emrek. So this is certainly not a map that is over in pick phase. Of course, didn't end up winning it, but did look pretty solid on it. Just a few misses doomed him at the very end. I do think that, you know, this is something where you find a misaim here or there, you can, you know, decrease your score quite rapidly. But 8.4 stars, nearly just shy of 280 BPM, and 2.5 minutes long at AR 10.5. So it kind of throws that DT farm sort of settings kit at you, but a little more difficult just in terms of overall raw aim difficulty than most DT ones you're gonna see day in and day out. But that's the whole point of Corsace Closed, right? Throwing some really difficult maps at the players. And we do get an early break out of Criller, so the lead to Enri to start. And once again, a big accuracy lead for him on another DT pick here, 98 to 93. All 3 maps so far, very big accuracy leads to one player or the other in the early stages. And in the first KI, we're going to go with about a 50 combo lead for Enri, and with it about a 40,000 point lead with that 3% accuracy as well. And I mean, you know, it's Rizia. The aim is mostly fairly comfortable. It's just difficult. This isn't, you know, a gotcha map in any real way. It is more or less a comfy DT1 aim map with a couple of tricky little finger control, but that's about all thrown in. But it is another break from Criller. And Enri gonna extend his lead out just a bit more. 140k. It's gonna continue to grow. Never like to see those breaks right in the middle of the map. Not good for your score. Another break from Criller. And once again, it's gonna be Enri running away from his opponent on his own pick. This may well be over already. And you know, this is an interesting quirk of, oh, a misaim from Criller. That was unlucky. It's an interesting quirk of, you know, one player being favored on mechanics maps, whereas the other may be favored on kind of gimmickier maps, is that mechanics maps are more likely to be incredibly one-sided. A player who can play a Nomad 5 or a DT1 or 2 versus a player who can't is going to win those by a lot more, I feel, on the average. Because it's very binary. Either you're hitting the streams, or you're hitting the bursts, or you're hitting the big aim patterns, or whatever it is, or you're not. Like, there's no kind of teasing your way through. But Enri's doing no cheesing here as he continues to hold on to his full combo. He has not broken. He's at 98% ACFC. I would have to see what is this worth? I'm just curious. For no particular reason at all. I'm kind of curious how much PP this is worth, because this is absurd. With this accuracy as well. This is like 8. Yep, not quite. He breaks at the very end. In the last aim pattern, it's a choke. It was very nearly an FC. 2800s. That would have been, let's see. So, that's worth nothing. What the heck? That's only 786 if he had FC'd with that accuracy. That I feel like that actually should have been worth more. I don't know. Call me crazy. We've seen 700s in tourney before though. I mean, like unironically, like it's just not that much PP, right? For an 8.5 star DT. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a lot to me. Maybe we've just been inundated with too many high PP plays though. But next pick is going to go to Criller. And with it, he is going to go the very tricky Nomad 3 for this week. The classic Captain 1 slot. Hubris no Itadaki ni Sobieru no wa. And this map is just brutal. This is such a hard Nomad 3. It has flow aim. It has snap aim. It has some weird rhythms. You've got some 1/6 rhythms in this. You have to be on your toes with your tapping. So, strong alt players, playground. But if you are even the slightest bit uncertain, this map will chew you up and spit you right back out. Much like many of the picks this week. But you will see some crazy patterning in this map as we get into the key eyes. And it will be up to the players to see who can hold the best. I would love to see an FC on this map. There's a couple patterns in it that I would just kind of flip out if they hit in a match setting. And, you know, surely somebody will, because this is Corsace Closed. This is some of the highest level performance you're going to see in a 1v1. For right now, holding dead even. Identical accuracy going into the key eye. And there's one big alt flow pattern. Some zigzags. And in we go. And you can see why this is so hard. You just fall off a pattern and you're gone. There goes Criller. And it's Enri off to the races now. Finally breaks on the second difficult pattern in this key eye. Both make it through the third. And I don't even know how to describe these patterns. They're cursor control aim rhythm. And it's going to be Criller with the combo advantage coming out of this key eye. But here's this thing. And just watch and enjoy. Yeah, Criller hit that entire pattern. I knew somebody would. Not that hard, right? Very easy. And Criller in the lead, 30,000 points and a lot of combo. Enri, man, I feel that. But that is just a solid performance from Criller. We're gonna head into the last key eye here, last quarter of the map. Another short one. With him holding onto a 40,000 point lead, he would have to suffer a real complete collapse here for Enri to have any chance to come back, and I just don't really see that happening. Some more of these flowy, cursor control-y alt patterns. Doubles thrown in just to make you pause your cursor for that brief moment. And everybody's just holding. I guess this is easy. I don't know. My ability to reckon with the skill level of these players is diminishing over time. Yeah, both hit the entire outro. Just do it. Oh, Criller misses at the very end. But he had done enough for a 90,000 point victory. And we stay on serve. 2 points apiece. Everybody winning their own picks. 6 misses. 98.49 AC for a Criller. Just shy of 600k. Very unfortunate that break at the end. He would have had 600k, which would have looked a little more aesthetic, perhaps. But Enri all the way down at 505k. Nice. Players just looking good on their own picks. And of course, listen to that. It's Nomad 5. Saw this one coming. Get through those DTs that were still up for Enri. Go straight into Nomad 5. Everything will freeze. You know it. You love it. It's a classic. This actually feels like something that Hippo Cup would do. Because everything will freeze. Somebody want to check on if Habib has ever put that in a pool. This just feels like a Habib pick. He's done image material, you know? Why not everything will freeze? But yeah, I think I think everyone in the world knows this map by now. It is one of the Osu classics of all time. And enri has a Nomad FC with 99.5 accuracy, which is, generally speaking, pretty good. I believe that is second to only Varvalian, of all people, on the leaderboard. And so away we go into what is most likely a pretty enri favored pick. If his first two picks are any indication, this is just a skill set that he's really outstripped Criller on as we reach a later stage of this tournament and the speed maps get harder and harder. You can already see the difference just in accuracy. 5% lower for Criller, and we're only 360 combo in. Both players do look pretty comfortable in terms of, like, the basics of playing this map, but obviously enri just going to be stronger on the longer streams, much more able to hold on to high accuracy, while Criller drops a bunch of hundreds, and there's a slider break on that repeat slider, and finally the stamina seems to have worn out for Criller as he drops a few misses at the end of that longer stream. Meanwhile, enri still holding on to the 99 AC full combo, 780 combo in. And this is looking a lot like his previous two picks. He just holds and waits for his stamina to be better than Criller's, and then he wins the pick in dominating fashion. And so we're going to be kind of just chilling here for a couple minutes through the rest of the map, because I don't want to say this is over, but this is kind of over. And if you really want to feel old, you may consider the fact that it has now been over 7 years since Corsace FC'd this. 7 years. I feel like a piece of history. But enri is just going off. 99.5. I guess this map is easy now for speed players, huh? It's just not hard anymore. It's really pretty incredible to see how much better players have gotten over time. As you know, for those of us who have been around since the days of Hakure Reimu playing this while he was still banned and setting like the best score anybody had gotten on it with, I don't know, a multiple misplay, like not even close to FCing, and I just remember watching that and being amazed by it, to Corsace FCing it with his 98 AC FC run and his HDHR choke, and here we are several years later, 7 of them in fact, and we have somebody in a match putting up a 99.5 AC full combo and everything will freeze. This is... Alright. Alright, well. Maybe a little tournament nerves. Thinking about FCing time freeze live in the finals. 2 misses and some axe drops at the end. Still, it's a 99 act, nearly 900k score. And it was just never in doubt. So enri takes his first 3 picks. Just kind of rolls over Criller, who is outmatched on this skill set and always was going to be. But the big thing to note now, as we go forward into the rest of the picks in this match, is that enri is out of speed picks. With Nomad 2 DT2 banned, DT1, Nomad 5, DT3 all picked, now he's going to have to go a different skill set. So he got his 3 quote-unquote free maps. I'd say it, you know, it's one of those air quotes, because obviously nothing's free, but that certainly felt it. But now he's going to have to go into something that maybe, perhaps, isn't quite so one-sided. Obviously, we have Criller's pick to come first, but just keep that in mind for when we get back to enri's next pick. But first, we have to sit through 5 minutes of whatever the hell this is. I I can't decide how to feel about this song. The vocals are like kind of not it, but the song itself kind of slaps because it's Camellia. But yeah, it's 4 minutes and 44 seconds of hidden tech. So, you know, if you needed to go get a drink or, you know, finish making your breakfast or whatever, like now might be the time, and you'll probably be back in time to see the ending. But again, as I kind of mentioned at the beginning, when Criller, I guess, I don't know how this ended up like almost like showing up in the bans. Maybe he set it as a pick when they were doing bans. I'm not really sure. But this is kind of a cool evolution of, you know, the map pool expanding out. You add that hidden 4 slot, you add that hard rock 4 slot, you know, etc. You gain just some extra variance, a little more variety in the skill sets in the pool. And so a true hidden tech, a hidden slider tech Hifu map now has a spot in this map pool. And so far, that spot is being really owned by Criller. He's up 200 combo through the intro. And you can see why this is difficult enough for a finals pool. Just brutal slider tech, but both players holding casually as you like. Enri in the lead in accuracy by a very small margin, but Criller does have that couple hundred combo advantage, and a 20,000 point lead though is all that separates them. You know, on a map this long, those gaps just don't get that big very fast when your combo is pretty similar. And just some more difficult patterning. These squares both players hit, because of course they do, into the longer slider aim. And look at this, it's a break from Criller, and now Enri has all the momentum on his side, just shy of an 800 combo as he continues to hold. And that lead is going to go over, and there it is. This is really the first lead either player has had on their opponent's pick this match so far, and we're 6 maps in now. It's time to see what Enri is capable of in the back half of the map as he takes about a 30,000 point lead. Criller kind of falling apart a little bit with multiple breaks through that middle section. Another several misses on the little wiggle stream. And Enri is just shredding this up over 1150 combo, and with no signs of letting up anytime soon, making it through the little 1/3 triples, making it through all the slider aim, making it through the kick slider jumps. He is just having himself a field day. And there is nothing Criller can do except watch and pray that Enri slows down soon enough for him to have time for a comeback. But this lead now out to 123,000 points. Enri is a man on a mission right now. The S rank still intact. The question mark from Criller. Yeah, I think a lot of us can relate to that one. This is a monster play from Enri, who is historically not always been known for, you know, hidden tech. Like, it's certainly not the first skill set that comes to mind when you think of his name. But he's showing right here that maybe it should be. This is absolutely absurd. He is still going at nearly 1,500 combo. And you can see from Criller's breaks just how difficult this is. And it's a slider break! No! It's a slider break! That's how you end the 1,500 combo. A slider break on just a little kick slider jump pattern. Oh, you hate to see it, man. But he has done enough by now. It's nearly a 200,000 point lead, and the combo from Criller just not there to try to bring this one back. And Enri, man, what are you on this morning? Because my goodness, he looks so comfortable and composed. You get a little bancho break, but man, oh man. This is still on S-rank territory, by the way. This is still happening. The ending gets very difficult, though. Some flowy, streamy patterns. And Enri just playing this masterfully. He looks like he was born to do it. Finally breaks on the stream. There goes the S rank. The dreams crushed in the very ending. Some of the hardest patterning in the entire map. Catches him out. And it will not be an S rank, but it will be a 520k score from Enri, a 200,000 point win, and a break point to open this match up. He takes a 4-2 lead on the back of just an amazing score on the Hidden Four. 9 misses versus 21, 1500 combo versus 900, 96 AC versus 93. Enri just got better and better as that map went on. And man, I tell you what, his loss to Ciccone in the first round is looking more and more shocking as we see what Enri is really capable of on these late round pools, putting the fear of God into everyone who sees his name in their bracket. But as we said, it's going to be a little different now because he's out of those raw speed picks, but he just proved he can win on a hidden tech. So clearly the world is Enri's oyster. He can pick anything he wants, it seems. Maybe it's a low AR pick here. You've got the hidden 2 available. Barring that, he could still go the DT4 if he wants to. Obviously, hidden 1 still a thing as well, if he likes the feel of hidden. It's going to be DT4. There it is. So we get the kind of alty, flowy DT pick. Kokoro Jakito Wakateta. 2.5 minutes long. Small circle, or small circle size, large circles, 3.8. Slightly large circles. It's a banger. Nanahoshi Kangakudan really never misses. And he has now picked all 3 DTs that he was able to. The DT2 ban. But Enri goes all 3 others now. Again, like, if any DT was going to be feasible for Criller to try to make interesting, it may be this one. But the way Enri has looked in this match today, I don't know how much I like anyone's chances against him. So in we go. As I mentioned though, this is kind of flowy, streamy. But it's not a high BPM, you know, it's only 210. So it's not anything super, super crazy in terms of BPM, but you just have to keep up with it, despite the lower BPM. Because the flow is kind of non-stop. We already have seen a couple of early breaks from Criller. We already have an accuracy lead for Enri as well. Into the Ki. This is like if Make a Loser or something along those lines was a DT map. Just those older style flowy alt maps. This kind of has a little bit of that vibe. Or Talent Shredder. Do you get Talent Shredder vibes? I mean, it's the same artist, so that might have something to do with it. And once again, it's just the Enri show. It's just the Enri show. Finally breaks. But he has built himself up a 170,000 point lead. And really, that's just been the story of all of Enri's picks. He just builds himself up these massive leads by being more comfortable on the skill sets than Criller. And Criller struggles a little bit. I think we may have reached his skill cap in the areas he's not absolutely 100% consistent with. They do both make it through those full patterns. Pretty cool. And the song all of a sudden just stops for a while. Anybody for some, like, bluesy jazz vibes? I'm here for it. And it is a 300 combo now once again. Enri just trying to add insult to injury here. As Criller falls farther and farther behind, Enri takes bigger and bigger lead. No break though, and that's like, yeah, not quite the level of his previous speed map performances in this match. This one drawing upon a slightly different skill set, but Enri's still going to put up a very respectable score, 450k plus. He's going to win it by 250k plus, or at least looks that way. And there we are. 261,000 points, the margin of victory, and Enri just looks unstoppable, man. Again, like, he wins in every aspect. It's 260k score, 7 misses versus 19 misses, 95 act to 90 act, 899 combo to 272 combo. We really just reached the point where if a map is not within your skill set, you're going to have a rough time. And again, like I've been saying, I don't want to take anything away from Criller, but some of these maps, perhaps just a little beyond him, wouldn't be ones that he was normally in for in a team setting, and Enri is taking full advantage. So that is 3 points in a row. He consolidates the break point, and Enri finds himself 2 maps away from moving on. But Criller going to get at least 1 more pick here. So we will see what he is left with in his arsenal to choose from. A couple of hidden options, the entire Hard Rock pool. No mod 1. I mean, if you just want to throw something at the wall and see if it sticks at this juncture in the match. But it's going to be Hard Rock 4. So we are going to get our first Hard Rock pick of the match. And it's going to be a little more flow aim, but this one is a low BPM, small circle flow aim. 157 BPM, CS 6.2. And it's also of note, another very short one. These guys, other than Hidden 4, are kind of trending towards the shorter maps in this pool. But I think this map can be understood by saying that it's 8.13 stars and doesn't look like it. Which is just how it kind of displays the true difficulty. These small ass circles. It's just difficult. This map is like, I feel like it kind of looks hard, and I'm sure it plays even harder. You just see these wide-spaced flow patterns. We're rooting for Criller here, I think. Trying to make this one a little more interesting. Not the way anybody would want to go out. Dropping multiple break points and ending with a somewhat unremarkable scoreline. But for his part, Enri has just looked so strong throughout this match, I should say. Players pretty similar, but once again, Enri gapping on the accuracy, 97 to 93. Perhaps the comfort level, again, just higher, basically across the board in the entire pool. Accuracy, though, be damned. Criller does have the combo lead. The problem is, it's 87,000 points, and we've only got a third of the map left to go. And there's really not much Criller can do, especially not with that break. That's probably going to do it, even though Enri broke right after. Don't really think there's much here for Enri to do. These flow patterns are just so challenging. Nobody able to hold through very well. Honestly, 134 combo coming out of that Ki is ridiculous. We'll see what they can do in the ending, but it is all Enri all the time. Nah, man, he is just going to hold through this, isn't he? And that's another 200k plus win on a ludicrous Hard Rock flow pick. And that is just going to kind of be the story of the match here. Enri just looking so much stronger on everything there is to look stronger on. And it's another massive lead, another big win, another break point. And now Enri holds on to a pocket full of match points with a 6-2 lead in this 1-7 match. It started off so promisingly, 2-2. Nobody had lost a break point. And then Enri just wins 4 picks in a row and has multiple match points. Now Criller's got to win 4 straight just to force a tiebreaker. So Enri with the pick. It just becomes ever more shocking that he was 7th in qualifiers and lost to Ciccone in the first round when you see him performing like this. Well, it's a hidden 2 pick, and if you didn't already go get your coffee and your bagel, your toast, your bowl of cereal, maybe now's the time, because this is 4 minutes, and it is, as the kids these days say, resident sleeper. But it's low AR hidden, CS4 Air 8, 165 BPM. It is very long, and man, Enri looked really good on low AR hidden last week. So we'll see if he can keep up that sort of performance. Love to see Criller somehow sneak a break point here. But the way things have been going, it just does not look that likely. But in we go. The overlaps, the tapping, the reading, they're all going to be out in full force here. This is such a hard map. You got regular jumps, you got kick slider jumps, you got triples, you got quints, you got space doubles. It fits the pool, this entire pool is ridiculously hard, and this map is no different. And for once, we have a small Criller lead here coming out of the intro. I mean, small, like really small, but hey, you take what you can get if you're behind 6-2. Unfortunately, that lead was short-lived, as the accuracy drops 2% below his opponent, and Enri takes the lead over despite being a little bit of combo behind. And they both make it through the wiggle. Oh, but Criller drops on the hexagon, and into the KI we go, with Enri holding a pretty sizable lead now. Watch it grow, because he's got 400 combo, and his opponent has under 100, and he's holding 97, just shy of 97 hack. The break, though, does come, so it's going to slow down the progression here for Enri. Not going to be able to make it through the entire KI. Breaks right at the end for both players. Lead 40,000 points. And it just has not felt at really many points in this match that Criller is able to make comebacks, but with the break there, that lead's going to start to come down. The accuracy carrying Enri a bit through this point in the pick, but 150 combo lead for Criller, so if he can hold through this KI, he'll be able to bring this one back down. He's got to recover a little bit of accuracy. He's obviously got to hold on to his combo, but if he does one of those two things, combo being the more important one, it'll do a lot of work, but it's a break. When the objective looked within his grasp, Criller unfortunately lets it slip through his fingers, and the lead stays with Enri by about 25,000 points. Again, that 2.3% accuracy advantage really doing a lot of work for Enri. If the accuracy was closer, Criller probably would have been able to take the lead back in that KI. But because Enri has a massive accolade, it just gives him enough wiggle room to wait out the combo from Criller. Now we get back into the last third of the map. Combo just ever so slightly in Kriller's favor, but he needs a break or two from enri to have a chance. And there's what he needed. It's a break on the aim pattern, but it's a break right back from Kriller as well. Again, not able to take advantage. The lead only 30,000 points, but Kriller's got his work cut out for him in the last Ki if he wants to try to come back in this one. The lead grows a bit in this section here. Again, enri with the big accuracy lead, a little bit of combo advantage as well. And into the last Ki we go. This could be the last Ki of this entire match. This could be the last Ki of the tournament for Kriller. He's got to combo through this entire thing and pray he is on his knees, hoping that enri finds a miss, but it just has not looked very likely. enri is playing at a level nearer the gods today and does not seem interested in dropping any more points than he absolutely has to. It is a slider break, though. Is there enough time at the ending? Is there going to be enough combo here? It's a couple breaks from enri. The combo drops, the accuracy drops a little bit. The score lead is only 20,000 points. The question is, will Kriller have enough time? Is there enough note density in this ending? It's coming down 17,000 points to 15,000 points, but he's running out of time by the second. It just doesn't seem possible. And the break in the last moment, it was down to 10,000. It was under 10,000 points, but the aim miss at the very end when it was maybe, just maybe, going to come back Kriller's way. The break in the last few combo allows enri to hold on. And again, that accuracy just doing work for him. 2% the AC advantage in the final margin of victory, 16,000 points. That might be all it took. That might have been all that really mattered at the end of the day. And enri takes it, and he takes the match. 7-2 the final score. The ascendance of enri in this tournament as a 1v1 player has been remarkable. He has historically looked at his best in team settings, but he's proving here in Corsace Closed that he is also an incredible 1v1 master. And he takes out Kriller, sends him packing. 7-2 that final score. And that's with 5 straight points from 2-2. enri was just clean the rest of the way, did not drop another map. And there was just nothing Kriller could do. enri looked unstoppable on his way to that victory. He will await the winner of Suwagi versus Taquito. He'll be sitting around a little bit watching their match with great interest. And of course, for his part, we do want to shout out Kriller. Top 6 in this tournament is a very impressive result, no matter who you are. So well done to him getting this far. But he's going to drop to enri. enri's going to go onward. And we're going to have a little bit of a break. We have that aforementioned Suwagi versus Taquito match coming up in about an hour and 15 minutes. We will have Canny and Fiery Rage on the call for that one. But until then, congratulations to enri on another solid win. Gets himself up to top 4. And with one more win, could be top 3 here in Corsace Closed. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. But for now, thank you for watching. I've been this one guy. Congrats to enri. Commiserations to Kriller. Best of luck to enri tomorrow in the next round of losers. And good luck to Suwagi and Taquito in an hour and 15 minutes. Stick around. You don't want to miss that match. It's going to be great as Corsace Closed Finals Weekend rolls onward. We'll see you on the other side.